He said he needed space, but that's a lie. What he needs is courage. Courage to face what he feels for you, to admit that what he took as your weakness is actually a strength he can't contain. You left marks that he can't erase, and that makes him feel vulnerable. He's not ready for it, and that's why he lies to himself and to others. And you know this because you always noticed he was afraid. You felt when he hesitated to open his heart. You noticed the contradictions in his words and actions. He talks about independence, but the truth is he is tied to your image, and you're not imagining it. Your instinct about him is real. What this person truly feels is a mix of desire and fear. Fear of opening up and finding an abyss. Fear that you will see the fragility he tries to hide. He is sinking into a cycle of denial, trying to replace what he feels with distractions. Meanwhile, he turns to other people, seeks company in vain, because when he comes home, it's you he really wants to find. Meanwhile, you keep living. You are there, moving forward, even if he doesn't know it. You allow yourself new experiences, new relationships, but somewhere deep in your mind, there is still a memory of him. The unsent messages, the unmade phone calls, the conversations that could have taken place, all of it weighs more than you'd like to admit. The truth is, he has already imagined you in his life, and that idea haunts him. He sees himself waking up next to you, imagining your laughs, your voice, your presence. But he does absolutely nothing to make this a reality. He forgets that fear only stops him from living what could be real. And you keep waiting for some action from him, but you know that might not happen. You have already realized that he won't go after what he wants. His inaction says more than any words could. You already knew this. His silence is not a sign of disinterest, it's a cry of panic. And you should already know that behind that smile he displays, there is a man who is in conflict, who is battling his own demons. Meanwhile, time moves on and the opportunity slips from both of your hands. He knows he's making mistakes and that you deserve more. But pride and fear are insurmountable barriers. The connection you had is rare, and yet he chooses to hide. So, what is left? What remains is this anguish, this doubt that one day could become an untold story. What he doesn't see is that while he waits, you are changing too. You're not going to stand still for much longer, and he will have to deal with the consequences of that. This person is suffering on the inside. While you sleep, he is awake, thinking about how he let everything slip away. He feels a mixture of regret and fear that is almost unbearable. He tells himself that it's okay, that it was nothing important, but in truth, it's as if a part of him is on fire. He convinced himself that his behavior was right, but the truth is he can't accept the pain he caused you, and he knows he should have acted differently. You noticed this, didn't you? You sensed when his gaze changed, when the words began to sound empty. He said he needed space, but what he really wanted was to hide his weaknesses. He became so focused on controlling the situation that he didn't realize the power of your silence. And you're not imagining this. He is in conflict, trying to understand your absence, while the reality of what he lost knocks on his door, and he doesn't know how to respond. This person feels jealous even when pretending not to care. He tries to play the strong one, but when he sees you interacting with others, it squeezes his chest. The truth is that what he thinks is strength is just a facade to hide the vulnerability you exposed. He wanted to make you feel small, but it was you who disarmed him, and that terrifies him. So he retreats into a cocoon, keeping his emotions locked away, but the echo of your silence is everything he cannot ignore. Meanwhile, you are living your life, making decisions, and he wonders if there's still a place for you in your thoughts. Have you noticed that he has been trying to distract himself with anything but the pain he caused? You know he is trying to forget you, but he forgets that the more he tries, the more you become present in his mind. He is with other people, trying to move on, but deep down, nothing fills the void you left. And the irony is that he feels lonelier than ever. With every smile he fakes, every laugh that isn't yours, he feels a lack he cannot explain. He is afraid to open his heart again. He knows you could do it easily, but he can't afford to be vulnerable once more. The mask he wore to push you away now becomes his burden. While he finds himself surrounded by laughter and superficial conversations, the thought of you becomes a pebble in his shoe. It makes him question everything around him. He has thought about sending you a message more than once, but always deletes it. "Hi, how are you?" Sounds so stupid now, doesn't it? He wants more. He wants to talk about what happened, about how everything changed, but the weight of what was left behind prevents him from doing anything. He knows you deserve more than just a simple hi. He feels too small to face his own lies. And you? You keep waiting. You keep revisiting moments, trying to understand everything. You know he thinks about you, but that doesn't change the fact that time is passing and he isn't moving. Your life has moved on while he is still stuck in the same place, trapped in his insecurities. The truth is, he is desperately trying to find a way to distance himself from you, but his silence screams what he doesn't want to hear. He is afraid of who you could become away from him. And this reality consumes him as the night advances. And deep down you always knew this, because you realized that even when he showed strength, his fragility was exposed, and this person is losing the battle. You already knew this. This person is waking up in the middle of the night between 3 and 4 a.m. thinking about you. No, it's not just a fleeting memory. He is there trapped in his own thoughts, reliving everything you experienced together. He misses your touch, your smile, and even the way you made fun of him. While you sleep, he is suffocated by the reality that he let you go. He said he needed space. He lied. What he really needs is courage. Courage to face the truth. You are more than he can handle. His silence destroys him because he knows he can't hide from your words that echo in his mind. You brought to light the weaknesses he hides behind the mask he wears for the world. And you know this because you have already felt it when he tried to push you away. But in reality, it was him who was distancing himself from himself. You noticed this contradiction when he said everything was fine, but his look screamed the opposite. You realized that while he tried to show strength, it was your vulnerability that disarmed him. This person, when going out with other people, is just trying to fill a void that they know only you can fill. They get distracted, but deep down the truth is that they miss you. The silence that follows their nights is oppressive, and that song you used to listen to together, they listen to it and find themselves diving into memories, wishing you were by their side. The brutal truth is that they are facing an abyss. They are afraid to admit that you unsettled them, that their feelings are not just a fleeting whim. Each time they try to move on, the image of you appears, challenging their decision to let you go. They know you are special, and what they hide is a heart full of regret. What they really feel is that everything they've built without you seems insignificant. Meanwhile, you are there living your life. You allowed yourself to grow, to seek new experiences. And while this happens, they watch from afar. You dealt with the pain, moved on, but somehow they keep waiting for you. What they don't realize is that time is running out, and you won't be waiting for someone who hasn't found their courage. And the truth is that both are wasting time. They think they can replace you, and you holding on to the hope that they will finally come for you. But this search for silence is only loosening the bond. The connection you had was built on truths, but they chose a path of denial. You already knew this. They have the chance to come back, to be real, but fear keeps them paralyzed. Meanwhile, time passes, and the unspoken words and unexpressed feelings linger in the air. The silence screams, but they simply refuse to hear it. This person is now struggling with thoughts. He repeats over and over that he needs to move on, but he knows he can't. While you sleep, this person is awake, thinking about every word you said. What he hasn't told you is that your silence echoes louder than any scream. He believes that you would be the weakness he could control, but he discovered the hard way that your absence is the force that destroys him. He smiles at others, makes plans, takes on commitments, but deep down, all of this is a facade. He said he was focused on other things, but what he really does is try to fill a void that remained when you walked away. You've noticed that, haven't you? You felt it when he averted his gaze, when he wasn't really present in your interactions. And you know this because you can see the truth that he tries to hide behind a forced smile. And the brutal truth is that he misses you in a deep and intense way. He thought he could be fine without you, but he discovered that life without your soft words and that sparkle in his eyes is unbearable. What he hides is the fear of exposing himself, of admitting that you were the only one who really saw him. He says he's strong, but deep down, he fears that vulnerability will make him crumble. Meanwhile, you are there, living your life, but with your mind frequently turning to him. You have your priorities, but this person still occupies a huge space in your heart. You know that the connection you had is rare. You know that both of you are stuck in this cycle of silences and assumptions without the courage to open up to each other. Every time you look at your phone, you wait for him to appear. But the truth is that this wait becomes a burden increasingly difficult to bear, and you already knew that. You know that his absence is more than just a physical space. It is an open wound, a pain that does not heal. He is struggling with the lack of courage to take the next step. What should have been an honest conversation has turned into a silent battlefield where only time seems to be a judge. He feels the pressure of the world crashing down on him. He pretends that everything is fine, but the truth is he no longer knows how to deal with your absence. With each passing day, he drifts further and further from who he really is. He has thought about sending you messages, long and sincere, but the words fail when it's time to send them. He just looks unable to translate his pain and regret into written words. And you in turn continue this journey without knowing whether your destiny includes a reunion or a final goodbye. Fear is what hovers between you, a specter that leaves no room for the truth to emerge. Meanwhile, he continues to think about you, not knowing how to end this unbearable cycle of silence and distance. In the end, you both stand there, each fighting your solitary battles with the scandalous truth beneath the surface. He loves you, but pride chains him down, and the certainty you already had turns into a comfortable bitterness. But this reality does not change anything. He will remain in the same place and you will move forward. And the chance? Well, it continues to escape through your fingers, with neither of you having the courage to seize it. And you already knew that. This person is in a cycle of anguish. He does not know what to do with the emptiness you left behind. On the outside, he pretends to be fine, but on the inside, he is falling apart in doubts. While you sleep, this person gets lost in thoughts about how your presence was everything he needed. He misses the conversations, the connection, your unique way of seeing the world. He said he needed space, but you know that was a euphemism. What he really meant is that he didn't know how to handle the intensity of his feelings. He hesitated. You can bet. And now he regrets it. In the silent early hours, when distractions no longer work, he grabs his phone to look at your photos. He spends hours reminiscing about moments that should never have ended. You sensed when he started to pull away. There was something in his eyes that revealed the truth. The tension in your interactions grew as his silence consumed him. You weren't imagining it. No. Your instinct was right from the beginning. What he truly feels is a mix of pain and confusion. He acted as if he was prepared for your departure, but the truth is he can't stop thinking about you. You broke his armor with sincerity. You saw him beyond the surface while he hid behind walls he had built himself, and that scared him. He hides the fact that he misses you more than he would like to admit. He fills his days with distractions, parties, friends, anything that can occupy his mind. But every time evening comes, loneliness tightens his heart. The silence in his house is deafening, and the only echo that fills the space is your name. Meanwhile, you keep living your life. You keep doing your things, but somewhere, this person still infiltrates your thoughts. You know he watches your steps, that he misses you, but you also know he doesn't have the courage to admit it. He goes out with other people, trying to replace what he has lost, but deep down he knows that no one comes close to what you were. And the worst part? He knows he was unfair. He knows you deserved an explanation, a closure. But he ran away and now he's stuck in a maze of regret. He has tried to send messages, repeat what he never said, but insecurity and pride speak louder. "Hi, how are you?" seems ridiculous after so long. And sorry doesn't undo the damage he caused himself. He always compares himself to you. No one has the same depth as you, nor the same connection that existed. Other people are shadows in comparison, and it eats him up. He knows you were real. He feels that he let you slip away without appreciating your true potential. His life has become a repetitive cycle. Wake up, work, pretend everything is fine, and go back home, where the silence only grows. While you move forward, he stays trapped in this spiral, dreaming about moments that for him are now unattainable, and he imagines what it would be like to open the door and see you there, smiling. But he knows that will not happen. The brutal truth, he is afraid. Afraid to admit how much you meant, afraid of not being enough for you, afraid that you have moved on without him. And all this paralyzes him. He watches life happening from the outside, as if he were watching a movie without being able to interact. And you? Meanwhile, you go on with your life. You might be trying to understand what happened, but the reality is that each time he doesn't show up, you feel an enormous void. You also realize that you are not just waiting, but that the possibility of a new chance seems more and more distant. The truth is clear. You both know that something precious was lost. He knows he needs to act, and you know that deep down, he still thinks about you. But without action on his part, everything remains the same. and even so, you already knew this. And if this resonated with you, don't let this message die here. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos, share it with that person who needs to hear this, and leave a like if you felt this truth in your heart. See you in the next one.